So we're going to talk about property trends for 2022. Now, number one, there will be a slowdown in GCBs. Now, I know 2021 saw a lot of few high-profile GCB purchases. You know who, right? Tech CEOs and our favorite Secretlab co-founder. Now, in 2022, this demand will likely slow down. Although we might see a new trend in crypto millionaires coming in with their new rich. But unless you are one of them, I think the latest cooling measures are likely to moderate demand in the entire private residential market, including the GCBs. Now, for both buyers and sellers, the prices expected will not be aligned for sure, because at the end of the day, if you can hold a GCB, you will want it to be at a certain price. And of course, if it's a buyer, you probably are looking at going down, which is not likely in this year. Number two is what I would call the work from home phenomenon. In 2020 and 2021 saw working from home a default. And this has created a much pent-up demand for own spaces, especially for larger families and also for those living with parents. The need for personal space has been prioritized, and this has fueled a lot of demands. For families, they want larger houses, maybe even incorporate an office within the house. And for individuals staying with their families or their parents, they're looking at 1 or 2 bedder units. Whether or not for rent or for purchase, this demand will go up. And even though we are easing into a hybrid model, I think this pandemic has helped Singaporeans identify their need for personal space. So for those families looking for a larger unit, as well as individuals looking for a 1 or 2 bedder, the prices will definitely remain quite stable. But I think you can still look into new launches because there are some good deals out there with the current cooling measures. So OCR and RCR now, outside Central Region and the rest of Central Region. Now, continuing from the work from home phenomenon, the other trend that I see will be people looking towards properties in the rest of Central Region and outside of Central Region instead of core Central Region. Now, why? Because of the lack, or rather the frequency of traveling to work. People are actually staying more at home. And in this case, that has become a low priority for people who are more interested in finding properties that they like, including the surroundings that fit their lifestyle, rather than having to think of getting a property that is near to work. So now the emphasis is on staying within a district that they like. Now this can be seen in quarter-on-quarter growth in District 17, which is Changi Village, and District 27, which is in Yishun, where you can see 10 to 10.23% increase in per square feet. So Changi now is 1718.1 per square feet, and Yishun is now 1252.62 per square feet. So if you are looking at properties in these areas, you might also see a stable increase, probably fluctuating, because of the popular demand where people are looking at staying within the OCR. And for those who are thinking that property prices might really soften, I have not so good news for you. While the cooling measures might see some softening in the prices, demand and supply still plays a big part in the property landscape. Supply is still considered low because there will still be an influx of the 31,000 HDB upgraders cashing in on their MOP units in 2022 to upgrade to a private property. Now, not forgetting that Singapore is also slowly opening VTLs and allowing more foreigners coming back for work, demand for rental will also see an increase in this category. Now, while the demand is definitely there, as I said, supply for this private housing is still low. Why? Because there are only about 10 new launches in 2022, and this also include ECs. Now, it doesn't help that the government land sale that I mentioned is also tapering down, which means that less land will be released for new properties. While you may say, oh, maybe en bloc. Well, en bloc is also being diluted right now because of the ABSD. So developers are not going crazy, paying record prices like before for land to redevelop. So based on my forecast, what I feel is that there's never a good time or a bad time to purchase the property that you want. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to when you are ready, what kind of property you are looking for, and why do you need it. And then look for someone that is able to assist you, give you the right information, the right research, customize a strategy so that you can make that informed decision. Now, I'm not asking you to call me, but you can, because I definitely know my stuff. But if you need help, don't worry. You can always call me and talk to me. And the best of all, it's non-obligatory, it's free of charge, and coffee is always on me.